Hello and welcome to Norse Stories, where we delve into Norse mythology and the Vikings. Today we're talking about Freya, the goddess of love and beauty. We will explore the goddess in 6 chapters. So, let's begin. Chapter 1. Freya's complex identity and unique position in the Norse pantheon. Freya, whose name simply means lady or mistress, is one of the most central and complex figures in Norse mythology. Her prominent status stems from a unique synthesis of seemingly contradictory domains. She is the radiant goddess of love, beauty, and fertility, yet simultaneously a fearless warrior who presides over battlefields and a master practitioner of destiny magic. This duality, the combination of gentle, life-sustaining forces with the harsh aspects of war and death, forms the core of her divine identity. Originally, Freya belongs to the Vanir lineage of gods, traditionally associated with natural forces, prosperity, fertility, and magic. Following the war between the Vanir and the Seiðr, Odin's family of gods, who primarily represent war and order, Freya, along with her father Njordr and brother Freyr, was sent to Asgard as a hostage to secure the peace. This origin allowed her to embody the characteristics of both godly families. Notably, her role as the mistress of half of all fallen warriors, whom she receives in her Hallsisrumnir in Fólkvangr, a status that makes her equal to Odin himself, underscores her authority over the complete cycle of life and death. This unparalleled complexity explains Freya's profound and enduring influence. Chapter 2. Origin, Family, and the Symbolism of Sorrow. Freya is the daughter of the sea god Njordr and the sister of Freyr, the god of spring and harvest. The myths indicate that the mother of Freya and Freyr was Njordr's unnamed sister, highlighting the practice of incest within the Vanir, and thus emphasizing the cultural differences compared to the Seiðr. A central, deeply symbolic narrative thread concerns Freya's husband, Odi, who often goes on long journeys, leaving his identity and fate uncertain in the sagas. Freya's reaction to his absence is profound sorrow. She weeps tears that take on a remarkable metaphysical significance. When her tears fall onto the earth or stones, they turn into gold. When they fall into the sea, they become amber. This poetic image clarifies that even deep emotional pain and loss can be transmuted into wealth and material value. Her grief is thus not depicted as a weakness, but as a powerful source of her prosperity and her deep connection to beauty and value in the world. Together with Odir, Freya has 2 daughters, Nos and Gersemi, whose names also mean treasure, further cementing the indissoluble link between love, loss, and material wealth in Freya's life. Chapter 3. The Mistress of Life, Death, and Destiny. Freya's diverse domains, love, war, death, and magic, demonstrate her absolute control over the entire cycle of existence. As the goddess of love and fertility, Freya is a patroness for all lovers and is invoked for fertility, marriage, and romantic matters. She is described in the sources as possessing exceptional beauty and grace, which she uses as a form of power to achieve her divine goals. For Freya, beauty is not a passive trait, but an active means of authority. Her role as a war goddess stands equally alongside her love aspect. Freya chooses half of the warriors slain in battle, who then reside in her hall, Sesrumnir, in her realm Fólkvangr. This division of the fallen with Odin highlights her martial relevance and her epithet as the Lady of the Slain. Furthermore, she is portrayed as a leader of the Valkyries, the shield maidens who escort the bravest fighters from the battlefields to the afterlife. She is thus a crucial figure in Norse warrior culture, co-determining the soul's progression after death. The most unique and perhaps most powerful facet of Freya's being is her mastery of Seiðr magic. Seiðr is an art of destiny manipulation and divination, primarily practiced by female seers, enabling the recognition of fate and the influence over the course of events. Her command of this magic was so comprehensive that she even taught this powerful art to Odin himself, solidifying her authority and unchallenged status within the Seiðr pantheon. The connection between her roles is thus evident. As a master of the magic that weaves destiny, she is logically capable of ruling over the highest moments of existence: love, birth, war, and death. Chapter 4. Freya's most distinguished attributes and symbols. Freya's identity is closely intertwined with her material possessions and companions. The most famous among them is the magical necklace, the Brísingamen, crafted by 4 dwarf brothers. The myth of its acquisition is central to understanding Freya's independence. The tale recounts that Freya, filled with an irresistible desire for the jewelry, negotiated the condition with the 4 dwarves that she would spend one night with each of them to obtain the ring. This action was condemned as promiscuous in later Christian-influenced sources and led to the ring's theft by Loki and the demand to instigate an endless war to retrieve it. The narrative can be read as a commentary on the condemnation of female autonomy in the early reception of the mythology. Freya uses her beauty and sexuality not as a weakness, but as a form of currency to obtain an artifact of inestimable value and immense magical power. She is a self-determined goddess who does not justify her choices. Further symbols underscore her fluidity and power. The falcon cloak, Fólkvangr, is a garment made of falcon feathers that grants her the ability to shapeshift and fly. Her chariot is pulled by 2 large black cats named Beigel and Trygil. Cats were considered sacred animals in the Norse cultural sphere and symbolize Freya's independence and her connection to nature. Furthermore, she is often depicted accompanied by her boar Hildisvini, battle swine, which is a clear war symbol and further emphasizes her martial role. Chapter 5. Strength and Independence in Mythological Narratives. Freya consistently appears in the central myths as a strong, proactive figure who resists manipulation. A striking example is the tale of the giant Þrymr, who steals Thor's hammer Mjolnir and demands Freya as his bride in exchange. Freya emphatically refuses. Her furious reaction, causing her Brísingamen to tremble with rage, shows that she does not regard herself as a mere object of exchange. Her categorical refusal forces Thor and Loki into the maneuver of disguising Thor in women's clothes as Freya to retrieve the hammer. This story proves Freya's unyielding strength and independence. Her fate in Ragnarok, the prophesied end of the world, remains ambiguous in the surviving sources. While some sagas suggest she fights alongside the gods in the final battle and dies, others portray her as one of the few survivors who assist in the rebuilding of the new world. This narrative ambivalence is significant. As the goddess of fertility and life, her potential survival could symbolize the principle of eternal return. She embodies those fundamental forces that endure even the destruction of the cosmos and ensure the continuation of life. Chapter 6. Conclusion. Freya's timeless relevance as a female icon. Freya remains one of the most fascinating figures in Norse mythology because she unites the duality of love and war, life and death, beauty and magic within herself. Her mythological existence is a tapestry of opposites that reflects the full spectrum of human experience. Her golden tears prove that even deep emotional pain can create value, while her role as a warrior and mistress of the slain demonstrates that ultimate power and independence are not exclusive to the male gods. Freya's enduring appeal stems from her profound complexity and her ability to serve as a symbol of untamed, self-determined female power. She is a figure who cannot be reduced to a single rigid role, but instead adapts effortlessly to narrative and cultural contexts. Freya's fluidity secures her survival in the collective memory, making her a timeless icon who is interpreted and honored anew in every generation. Do you know more about Freya now, and would you like more videos like this? Then leave a like and subscribe for more.